We don't live in a perfect world, and as such, we have to live through and experience some bad things from time to time. And sometimes, truly awful things come to pass. Velma is one of those things. Just before we get into it, please remember to drop a like on the video, as it helps get our videos out to more fans out there who are hanging on to a thread of hope that there's people out there like them that see this crap for what it is. We've already made a video on Velma, discussing how it's just a vessel for some hateful people to take their anger out on the rest of the world, trying to disguise their hate and open racism as a progressive, self-aware adult cartoon. But at the time of that video, we only had 2 episodes to base our opinions off of. And now that the first season has wrapped, we have to say, we were 100% right. Would you be surprised to learn that the show actually managed to get worse after everyone stopped talking about it and tuned out? The racism remained, but the show found new, inventive ways to spread the hate around. Yes, Fred is white, and therefore inherently evil, and he needs to be torn down. Because if he isn't torn down, then awful characters like Velma can't shine. This process of tearing people down so the worst among us can succeed is called progress, in case you didn't know. But did you forget that Fred is also a man, and he needs to be torn down for that as well? Right around episode 7, the show went all in on the man-hating. When faced with not being able to attend a local festival without a male chaperone, a scenario the creators had to invent in order to bitch about, Velma goes undercover as a mustachioed male to gain entry. He, she, they soon found that life was incredibly easy as a man. He, she, they quickly became the toast of the town and fantasized about getting hired after showing up late and disheveled to an interview with a resume written in crayon. Because being a man is just that easy. Fred continued to be the butt of every joke and negative stereotype.
My ego is not fragile!
After the first 2 episodes showed Fred to be a pampered, helpless child with a tiny penis, portrayed him as Hitler, and put him in jail, the fun was far from over. He endured every kind of shitty situation imaginable, like being disowned and becoming homeless, getting attacked by bees, seeing his mother crushed to death in front of him, and getting brainwashed. After Velma tricks him into reading a feminist book, Fred's view of women completely changes, disregarding women's outer beauty in favor of the kind of traits Velma just so happens to possess. And in possibly the show's lowest moment, they have a brainwashed Fred fall head over heels for Velma, the popular, most chattiest Chad of the entire school that Velma's lusted for years, finally came knocking at her window, just so that she could reject him. In our last video, we talked about how the creators have some serious emotional troubles. But my word, this was cringe-inducing. Just imagine how long the creators have kept the anger of some real-life rejection bottled up, threatening to boil over for decades, just to finally let it out in scenes like these. The writer's room probably looked like a therapy session 90% of the time. Fred even started calling himself an ally, and he spends the rest of the season simping for Mindy Kaling. I mean the new character Velma, whose real-world inspiration is a total mystery. And of course, the sexualization of underage teens never slowed down. Velma repeatedly made sexual advances on a girl who told her to back off, 14-year-old girls sexually assaulted police officers, and the whole town, children included, ate at the local diner that was turned into a strip club. Oh, and Fred's dad hired his son a concubine. Hollywood is riddled with this kind of gross shit, but Velma is near the top of the list of worst offenders, largely because of how cavalier it is about its pedophilic inclusions. But most disrespectful of all, the show started taking shots at Scooby Doo. You know, the source material the creators have to thank for their piece of crap even being made in the first place. There were some small, sometimes backhanded references to jinkies, meddling kids, mask pulling, all that.
He called the program Scooby.
Scooby? And wait, what did Scooby do?
And in an act of hubris and self-deluded projection, this show had the balls to say the original Scooby Doo cartoon was, quote, pedo-tinged.
Because nothing's trashier or more pedo-tinged than teens in an old van.
I mean, the complete lack of self-awareness to say that in a show that's obsessed with sexualizing 14-year-olds is just dumbfounding. Velma herself got worse, committing more and more vengeful acts of betrayal on those supposedly close to her. And in the end, she learns nothing, doesn't change, and gets a happy ending when she finds her missing mom. What are we supposed to take away from this show? It's okay to be a terrible, racist, delusional person if you're quirky and diverse enough? This show never got close to being funny, thought-provoking, charming, or entertaining. It might have been watchable if it had just been this on repeat.
What are you gonna do about that?
Gotcha!
Season 2 hasn't been confirmed as of yet, but if the world of entertainment keeps at its current pace of testing our faith in the good of other people, then we'll surely be getting one. And as it says in our job description, we'll be here to watch it so you don't have to. Let us know in the comments. What episode did you stop watching Velma at? What better ways did you find to spend 45 minutes of your time each week than watching Mindy Kaling's Ozempic abusing ass lash out at the world? Remember to like the video and hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll catch you on the next one.